all, today we are going to do a lesson on guide to presentations, which is an essential lesson for your assignment as well. So, what makes a good presentation? There you need to concern what are the objectives of your presentation, who is your audience, what content are you going to include, how much time do you have, and what visual aids will you use. How to make an effective presentation? There are 6 steps. First thing is pre-planning. If you are doing a group presentation, sit with your group members, do some brainstorming session. The second step is ask yourself several questions. Why you are doing this presentation? What is the objective of your presentation? Likewise, discuss with your friends. Third step, prepare the presentation. Then as the fourth step, structure the presentation. Now for your assignment, we have given you a particular structure. So you can use that particular structure for the presentation. Then the body, which include all the graphs, tables. So you have to decide what sort of data entry method that you are going to use. The sixth step is the closing part, the conclusion and the recommendations. Firstly, the introduction. Always greet the audience and introduce yourself. Offer an overview. Explain the objectives, aims of the presentation. So there are these excellent ways to start a presentation. Maybe you can start the presentation telling a very captivating story. Also, show a gripping photo, because photos speak much more than the words. Some people start presentations asking a rhetorical question, which provoke the audience. Use powerful quote or use a creative video. Then the speech. A speech without substantial content is a speech not worth making. Tell the audience the topic of your speech. Make sure to elaborate your topic well. Try to rehearse elegant and effective transitions between topics, which you call the signposting. Keep time constraint in mind. Keep your goal in mind and use language appropriate to your goal. If you are not using visual aids as a prompt, keep an outline or more detailed note with you. Try as much as possible to speak in a professional tone. Remember to modulate your voice for enthusiasm, expression in order to keep listeners engaged. For example, if you come and start a presentation with a very boring tone, this audience might start sleeping. So make sure you have a sort of an arousing voice. Be aware of your pace. Use volume appropriate to the size of the room which you are speaking. Sometimes some people speak very slowly and very loudly. So both aspects are not good. Delivery of a speech and the posture. Maintain a presence that is comfortable yet confident and professional. See, if you look at here, it's a very closed one. But here, when you move away your hands, it's open. Move around, don't be like static and statue-like. Some people, when they are doing a presentation, they stand straight and they do the presentation. But, if you walk and do the presentation moving, that is more creative. Become aware of any nervous habits you may have and seek to limit them. That is overcoming the stage fear. Again, another important factor when doing a presentation is the delivery of speech, which is the eye contact. Try to maintain as much as eye contact with your audience as possible and try to limit your reliance on note. Now, most of the time we see students come and do the presentation and they read from their phones or from the notes. So, try to include all parts of the audience in your gaze and don't read from the notes. So, here are some public speaking tips which you can use. Take a deep breath, take your time, test the microphone and smile. Don't forget to smile when you are doing the presentation. Like if you don't smile, it shows that you're very nervous. Now let's look at some PowerPoint tips. Look at the audience, not the slides. Don't overcrowd the slides with too much text. That is to say, don't include paragraphs. Use point forms. Emphasize the main points. The 6 by 6 rule you can use. Use pictures. PowerPoint is multimedia anyway. Use large font, at least 30 point or more. Keep design format and font style consistent within and among the slides. Also, make sure that you number the slides. Here you can see, like nobody is going to read this paragraph. The fonts are very small in size. So make sure that you put it in point form and with easy to capture points. Use of color. Pay attention to color and layout. Avoid loud, garish colors. Dark text on light background is the best. Avoid text colors that fade into background. For example, blue and black. Avoid color blind combinations as well. That is red and green, blue and yellow. Those are not visible. Use of pictures. Use pictures but don't let them use you. Keep slides simple. Too much diverts audience away from the content. And too many pictures also make saving a presentation difficult. 1 to 2 pictures per slide is probably enough, and if you are using some specific picture, make sure that you give a definition for the picture. You name the picture. Next, using of graphs. Actually, you have learned about this thing in the data committee lesson as well. Use graphs rather than just charts and words. Data in graph is easier to comprehend and retain than raw data. Trends are easier to visualize in graph form. Always title your graph. You have to number your graphs as well. So here you can see a bad example, and here you can see a good example. Use of slide animation. Again, keep slides simple. Apply one slide transition style and one animation scheme to all slides. Sometimes when you are doing presentations, we have seen very good presentations but compact with too much of animation. Don't change between styles. A single style makes a presentation look unified. Busy presentations divert audience attention from the content. If there's too much of animation, it might divert the attention of the audience. So avoid that. Then the conclusion. Use a conclusion slide to summarize the main points of your presentation, suggest future avenues of research, use an effective and strong closing. Your audience is likely to remember your last words and ask for questions. Also remember the Murphy's Law. Something will go wrong, so test your presentation before you show it. Always have a backup plan for your presentation on hand. Be prepared to do the presentation without the PowerPoint. Professionals always print handouts for the audience. You don't know, like there might be technical issues, so prepare for that. Like don't just bring one pen drive when you're doing the presentation. Have some backup plans. And there are some more tips. Check grammar. A presentation is the worst time to see misspellings. Sometimes when you see it in the big screen, if you notice spelling and grammar errors, it makes a sort of very bad impression. Don't make too many slides. Avoid the slide rush. That is, try to rush through at least 20 slides because you ran out of time. And cite your sources on each slide or at the end of your presentation. Remember, keep it simple, just a tool. That means a short and sweet presentation, it will last in the audience mind. So, to summarize what we discussed, preparation is the key. Prepare, prepare, prepare. And also practice. Practice in front of the mirror, practice under the shower, practice. Watch out for tone and body language. Your flip chart PowerPoint is a complement only, don't let it take over. Finally, questions are good, but prepare for them. Fears can be tempered with good preparation. So make sure you prepare well. And thank you and good luck with your presentation.